And as I was watching this, I was thinking, what would be the pro wrestling equivalent of a Field of Dreams game? So, you watch this game and what they're doing in this kind of like old timey feel, the hand scoreboard, people are dressed up in old clothes that are working at the venue, all kinds of stuff. And, that's a callback to the era that's represented in the Hollywood movie with Kevin Costner. So if you were to do like a throwback wrestling event, i.e. a Field of Dreams wrestling event, what would the venue be for that event? Justin, let me throw it to you first. What would your venue choice be for a Field of Dreams game like wrestling event?
Well, if we want it to feel like pre Vince McMahon, it would just be a smoke-filled bar, right? You could just do that. I think
before he invented the big deal. Yeah.
I think the question is, do you look at is it just somewhere unique and interesting looking, like, probably a countless number of fields, baseball fields that it could be done at. I think like something with a nice cityscape would be good. I can't think of anything specific. I'm sure there's been wrestling events at Wrigley before, right?
Oh yeah, probably. I mean, they used to do them at Comiskey back in the day, but I would imagine so.
So yeah, I'm thinking either something like that, or I mean, obviously Field of Dreams is from a movie. So I don't know if you just go to that last venue from The Wrestler. Not that that's near and dear to many people's hearts.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think something cool would be like just go to like back to Panama City for a show, for like those old WCW ones.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. The spring break shows they used to do.
Yeah,
yeah. It looks like the NWA ran Chicago in the 50s. I just googled it. So at Wrigley Field, so they have held pro wrestling there before. What about you, Kyle? What do you think?
Well, my question was, I mean, does it have to be a building that's still standing? Like, or like, I mean, are we? I mean,
could you recreate it? Yeah.
because
because I mean, your next question is going to be somewhat. We have to lift the suspension of belief. So I'm just saying, are we just because to me, I don't know. Like, I mean, if you want it to be in a classic venue, I mean, there's a lot of like old school places to do it at. You could do the Sportatorium in Dallas. You could do Allentown, where WWE used to do their tapings all the time. Oh God, why am I blanking on the tapings?
Cow Palace.
Why am I blanking at the tapings where they used to do championship wrestling at all the time? Like it was in New York. Why am I blanking?
Yeah.
Hold on. Sure. Well, I can't look at the name, but you know what I'm saying. Like where Orndorff, like the place where Orndorff pile drove Hogan, and they ran the taping. They did the tapings all the time. You could do it there. Boston, old school Boston Garden with like the parquet out there. That always looked cool. And you'd see like at the house shows, you'd see the Celtics and the Bruins flags.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like to me, I would like probably want to do it at somewhere that is synonymous with wrestling, if that's not cheating.
Yeah, like the Cow Palace was the first one that came to my mind. Like the old Pavilion in Calgary, the Sportatorium. Yeah, all of those, I think. And then I like the outdoor feel too, like Justin said, with the cityscape behind it. Because as I said, they used to do wrestling at baseball fields all the time back in the day. I mean, they still do occasionally, but that would be a cool venue. The next question was, all right, so now you're thinking of the movie where you've got the 1919 White Sox, coming back, who were famously banned from baseball. Now, these people don't have to have been banned from pro wrestling, but now let's imagine Field of Dreams is a movie. Who would you bring back? Like, who would be your ghost wrestlers to come back to wrestle one last time, one last match, to come down to the ring? People that are now deceased.
Well, Justin, as you alluded to, in the movie, it was disgraced players, and unfortunately, with professional wrestling, either if you're disgraced, you're either, it's justified or B, it's not enough for you not to come back at some point.
Yes.
But the first name that came to my head was Pillman. Just trying to think of somebody whose career was cut short. Obviously there's Owen Hart, but I could see him coming through the fields like, oh, fuck, I can't get away from this goddamn sports entertainment.
What about you, Kyle?
Someone that's decided. Randy Savage played baseball. Yep. There's a tie-in.
Oh, there we go. All right.
I don't know who else. Bruno.
Yeah. They don't have to have been disgraced. I guess,
Okay.
people who are deceased that you would like to see wrestle
Yeah.
one last match.
Is Ric Flair dead yet? Let me refresh Twitter here. I saw he got a birthday cake. I don't know what's going on. Oh no, he's
This
not
freaking
dead.
guy, man.
He's not.
I wish
dead yet,
I wish I didn't
motherfucker.
say that was my last match. He says, yeah. Oh, he'll get in the ring again. Just watch. Okay. Anybody else?
I kind of want Judo Gene LaBelle to come back to life. I
man.
know we just recently lost him, just so he could tell me personally more about that Steven Seagal story I read on Twitter.
Shook
you
that
read
man's
that?
hand one time. No, I didn't read that.
Oh,
no, Gene LaBelle.
So Seagal, I always thought he was so tough and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Judo Gene LaBelle, I forget what Seagal movie it was, but he choked him out. Back during the taping of it, Seagal would deny it, until the cows came home. But apparently, many people have corroborated it. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you guys shout out the Von Erichs? Okay, yes.
Seeing that in the chat, Philip had that in the chat.
Because that's if you build it, they will come. You rebuild the Sportatorium, and Von Erichs can show up.
Oh God, imagine that.
I'm surprised Fritz Von Erich didn't use that as a gimmick at 85. Sounds like something he would have done to pop one last house.
That's a great image though. If you could recreate that in a movie, the Sportatorium is brought back to life, and all the Von Erich boys come out. Of course, so much tragedy in that family. It'd be quite the scene. Yeah, I was thinking Owen Hart, Pillman, the same, Randy Savage, Andre, of course, Piper. I mean, there's so many. Eddie Guerrero, of course. There's so many in pro wrestling, and go ahead, Kyle.
I was gonna say just to tie up some loose ends here. I have two to tie up. For those, it was Out for Justice was the Seagal film where apparently that happened, where he was choked out by Judo Gene LaBelle, and that was also it was the Mid Hudson Civic Center. I didn't want to be wrong, but that's what it was. Yeah. WWE in Poughkeepsie.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, there is so many, but I was going to say WWE has kind of tried to do. They've done the Raw throwbacks, I guess, is kind of a similar thing where they bring back old guys, the old set, or a version of the old set, kind of the old ring ropes, the red, white, blue ring ropes and stuff. But
when they do it, it's shitty though.
It is shitty when they do it. So yeah, Adam said in the chat, the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles. There you go.
The Shreveport Boys and Girls Club, where they tape Mid-South all the time.
Yeah. There you go. I wonder if that's still standing.
I love the story that when there was the fair going on outside, you guys, anyone who's read Duggan's book knows this story, but that it was the night that Duggan hid in the gorilla suit and JYD lost a loser leaves town match. Well, Bill Watts, who had such a hard on for these things, was convinced that if people just saw this random gorilla show up around ringside, they're like, oh, this is going to be a work. We know someone's hiding in there. So he made Duggan go in the gorilla suit and hang out at the fair all day outside. That was going on.
It's amazing. So good. Classic. All right. I thought as a tie-in with the Field of Dreams game going on, being from Iowa, Justin and I, it'd be kind of a interesting, creative little discussion there. So there's
do the Cubs have 5 runs yet?
It's 4-0 right now.
Damn it.
Wasn't there a goofy, lame baseball player gimmick that WWF did in the mid-90s?
Yeah.
What MVP. MVP and Abe Knuckleball Schwartz.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
What about remember those commercials where Randy Savage was willing to play catch with children because WWE there is no off? Yeah. That was fucking shameful.
Oh, 94. Yep. Who will ever forget?